Sure.
After every session, I will share with you.
Okay. So it's okay, like if I click the record button so
No,
that
I'm
the
recording,
copy.
no problem.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
recording. So let's start today our topic discussion first.
Right.
So we are discussing about Cisco ASA firewall. So these are the topics.
Mm-hmm.
These are the topics we can discuss in our complete training. Wait, let me copy this complete text file.
So these are same, like whatever contents shared earlier.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
it's all official content.
Right.
Cisco official content. Wait. Okay, so these are the topics which we can discuss in our complete training. Kashif.
Right. Right.
Total duration for this training is approx 26 to 28 hours.
Right.
What I can provide you from my side, I can provide you slides. I have
Mm-hmm.
proper notes for each and every topic. So slides and notes you can see. Lab
Right.
setup software where you can perform all the labs. So
Mm-hmm.
software for lab setup.
Right.
I can also help you how to set up the lab. The minimum requirement for this lab setup, you need to have 8 GB RAM minimum in your
Mm-hmm.
laptop, in your desktop
Yeah,
machine.
that's available.
8 GB. Okay. So let's start our topic discussion today. So the first topic is called basic configuration about Cisco ASA. What is
Right.
basic configuration? So here we can discuss the product family because
Mm-hmm.
we guys are familiar with the Cisco routers. Okay,
Right.
Cisco
Right.
routers, Cisco switches. So we know the series about routers and switches. But
Right.
right now we are working with the sorry, with the Cisco ASA firewall. So
Right.
we need to know the product family. Okay,
Right.
which series is good for a small organization, or in
Mm-hmm.
case if I'm working in a big organization. So
Mm-hmm.
what series of the firewall box I need to purchase? Or
Right.
in case if I'm working in a data center or in a virtualization scenario,
Mm-hmm.
so which series I can prefer? So
Okay.
product family information we can discuss, and we can also discuss the features.
Mm-hmm.
Why Cisco ASA?
Right.
Because in market we have multiple vendors for firewall features. So why
True.
Cisco ASA?
Mm-hmm.
So we have multiple features to discuss why Cisco ASA. Then we can
Right.
go on. Then we can go on to the basic configuration.
Right.
Okay, I can tell you some basic configuration through CLI,
Mm-hmm.
like show command. Okay, show command.
Right.
All the show command we can discuss how, okay, how to take a backup, how to upgrade our operating system. So these are the part of the basic configuration. It means
Mm-hmm.
only this topic will take 2 to 3 hours.
Right. Right.
Basic configuration. Okay, once you complete your basic configuration, so we can focus on interface configuration. Interface, like how to configure a physical interface,
Right.
how to configure a physical interface on Cisco ASA firewall device, like
Okay.
a LAN interface or WAN interface or DMZ
Mm-hmm.
interface.
Right.
Okay, after interface configuration, you can go on to the traffic flow,
Mm-hmm.
how traffic is traveling through the firewall device.
Okay.
Because we are working with Cisco ASA,
Mm-hmm.
and Cisco ASA firewall works with a concept is called security level.
Okay.
It's called security level. So what is
Right.
security level? We can discuss here. We can
Okay.
discuss security level concept. In security level,
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you how traffic will travel through the Cisco ASA firewall. It's very important.
Okay.
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 After that, we can go on to the remote management in case if you want to access your Cisco ASA firewall through Telnet, through
Mm-hmm.
SSH. So yes,
Right.
we can focus on remote management.
Right.
Okay, like other vendor like Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, Cisco, Firepower Threat Defense. Okay, so we can configure routing feature like other vendor. See, we
Okay.
have a routing discussion, but
Mm-hmm.
for routing, we have a dedicated device. It's called router, right?
True.
We can use a router device for
Mm-hmm.
routing feature.
Right.
So why we are using? Because we are using firewall device for firewall feature, not for routing feature, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why we are configuring routing? So I can tell you the scenario why we
Mm-hmm.
are using routing concept on Cisco ASA. But this is the option.
Okay.
Vendors Cisco is giving you the option like other vendor. You can also configure routing concept like
Okay.
static routing, default routing.
Mm-hmm.
In this training, I'm not telling you what is static routing story, what is default
Right.
routing,
Right.
what is rep.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
this is story you already know from Ccnp classes.
Mm-hmm.
Here I can tell you how to configure these routing methods like static, default, and dynamic rep, EIGRP, and OSPO on Cisco ASA firewall.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, why we are configuring routing for basic connectivity? For
Mm-hmm.
basic connectivity, yes, we need to configure routing option because in case if our firewall device is acting as a layer 3 device, layer 3
Mm-hmm.
firewall, so
Mm-hmm.
yes, we need to configure routing.
Okay.
If your box is acting as a layer 3 firewall box.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, so for basic connectivity, yes, we can go on to the routing section.
Right.
After that, we can go on to the ACL. So in
Okay.
Cisco ASC firewall for packet filtering,
Mm-hmm.
are using this concept is called access control list. It's a basic topic.
True. True.
If you remember CCNA classes, so in CCNA,
Yeah.
yes, we have completed this section.
Right.
ACL is called. We have two type of ACL is
Yeah.
called
Standard and
standard
extended.
ACL, yes, and extended ACL, right?
Yeah. Right.
So in Cisco ASA, if you want to filter your packet, you can go with the ACL. In
Mm-hmm.
Palo Alto, you can create security policy. In Fortinet, you can create firewall policy. In Checkpoint
Okay.
Firewall Box, you can configure access control policy. In
Okay.
Cisco Firepower Threat Defense, you can configure access policy. So they all are the same. Okay,
Okay.
they
So
all are
so
the same.
access policy and ACL, they are same thing or like
Hey, they
they are
all are access policy, firewall policy, okay, security policy, access control policy. They all are the same. But
and
in
ACL.
ACL, we have limited option.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, but the concept is same. In
Okay.
access
Got it.
in access policy, what we can define? We can define source IP, destination IP,
Mm-hmm.
okay, incoming interface, outgoing interface. We
Mm-hmm.
can define. Same
Right.
option
Right.
we have in ACL. In Cisco ASA, you cannot configure standard ACL.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Right.
option. There is no option.
Right. True. True.
In Cisco ASA, you can only configure extended access list.
Right.
And if you remember your extended access list, extended required source and
Port number.
destination IP and port
Right.
number and
Right.
protocol, right?
Right.
So ACL is just like it's a packet filtering firewall technique,
Mm-hmm.
and in all firewall box we have this technique, but in Cisco in ACL we have some limitation option.
Mm-hmm.
In
Right.
case if
Right.
you go with the Cisco FTD access policy, so yes, we can add some advanced feature like we can allow, block any application, any URL. Okay, so this is the different part. But
Right.
ACL is called access control list. To filter our packet, we can go with the ACL concept. Clear my point?
Yeah.
Okay. After that, we can focus on NAT concept. It's a common topic. NAT
Right.
is a common topic for any firewall device.
Right.
See, if you remember Ccnp classes, so uh, what is NAT? NAT we are using for translation.
Right.
We can translate from one IP to another IP,
Other
or
IP. Yeah.
you can say we can translate private into public or public into
True.
private. And
True.
for translation, we have three options. First one is called static NAT, right? Static NAT. Second, we all know dynamic NAT, and third is PAT, port
Right.
address translation.
Right.
So we have these options. Okay, in
Mm-hmm.
CCNA class, but in Cisco ASA firewall, we can discuss two options. We can discuss source NAT concept, and second option we can focus on destination NAT.
Okay.
Destination NAT.
Okay. Got
So
it.
here in this section is important. NAT concept.
Right. Right.
Only NAT will take minimum 3 to 4 hours with
Right.
theoretical and practical implementation.
Right.
So first I can tell you what is source NAT scenario. In source NAT we can focus on three lab: static NAT, dynamic NAT, and PAT option. And we have a separate discussion on destination NAT scenario and configuration. Clear?
Right.
Okay. Now, next topic is called object group. So this is called what? Advanced ACL concept.
Okay.
Object group is an advanced ACL. You can
Right.
only configure on Cisco ACL firewall.
Okay.
So yes, you can configure ACL, but if you talk about advanced ACL concept, this is called object group. I can tell you what is the concept, why we are using in topic. Okay. Right now I'm giving you the basic idea.
True.
So
True.
object group is called what? Advanced ACL concept. Next topic is called what? Next generation IP implementation on Cisco ASA. So what is IPv6? Okay, what is IPv6? And in case if you want to configure IPv6 address on any interface, on any Cisco ASA firewall interface, so how to configure? And in
Okay.
case if you want to configure IPv6 routing on your Cisco ASA firewall, so yes, we can focus on routing section.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Okay, after that, we can go on to the transparent firewall. What is transparent firewall? Remember always, you can use your firewall device as a L3 firewall device, or you can use your firewall device as a L2 firewall.
Okay.
So what is L3 firewall device? L3 firewall known as NAT mode firewall. This is called what? NAT mode firewall.
Right.
So in case if you are working with any NAT mode firewall device, for example, here we have a firewall. So in case if you are working with any NAT mode firewall, so you can configure IP address onto these interfaces, because this firewall is acting as a layer 3 and these interfaces are acting as a layer 3 interfaces. So you can
Right.
configure IP address onto these interfaces, you can configure routing onto this firewall, NAT onto this firewall, VPN, and yes, it's a firewall, so you can use firewall feature.
Okay.
Okay. But in case if we are using this firewall device, if we are using this firewall device as a layer 2 firewall.
Okay.
So layer 2 firewall is known as transparent. It's a common topic, Kashif.
Right.
It's a common topic. If you go with any firewall vendor, it's a common topic. So in case if this device is acting as a layer 2 firewall, it means I'm talking about transparent firewall.
Right.
So in case if this device is acting as a layer 2 firewall device, so these interfaces are acting as a layer 2 interfaces. It's not a switchboard.
Okay.
It's not a switchboard, but these interfaces are acting as a layer 2 interface. It
Right.
means,
So just quick information. It's
yes,
not on top of my head, like a transparent firewall. What it is like? What's the difference like?
I'm telling you, wait.
Oh, okay.
See, so in case, see, if this firewall device is acting as a layer 2 firewall device,
Mm-hmm.
so see, you cannot configure IP address onto these interfaces,
Oh,
okay?
okay. We
Because
cannot
these
assign
IP
IP
address,
addresses on the interfaces. Okay.
yes, because these interfaces are acting as a layer 2 interface. It's not a switch port, it's a layer 2
Mm-hmm.
interface. It means we cannot configure IP address onto this interface.
Right.
Next, we cannot configure routing. We cannot configure NAT. No. We cannot configure VPN. No. But it's a firewall, so we can use firewall feature. So the point is what? With layer 3 firewall, we have great feature, right? With layer 3
Yes.
firewall, we have great feature. We can configure IP address on interface. In case if I want to connect my firewall device with internet, so yes, I can connect my layer 3 device because I can configure routing onto the device. So with layer 3 firewall box, we have a great feature. We can configure routing, NAT, VPN concept. But with layer 2 firewall device, we have limitations, right? We cannot configure these options, Kashyap.
Yes. So
So
so in
so
that
the
case, what
point
we
is, so
can
the point is,
configure?
yes, Kashyap.
Yeah. So in that case, what we can configure in L2 firewall?
I'm telling you, see.
Ah, okay.
So the point
Okay.
is, in which scenario we can use our firewall device as a layer 2? In which scenario? Because see, with layer 3 firewall device, we have great feature, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with layer 2, we have limited feature, limited
Mm-hmm.
options. Let's discuss, no problem. We can discuss this topic in this into this transparent firewall box,
Sure.
but let's discuss right now. So so for example, I'm working in a small scenario. I'm working in a
Right.
small scenario. For example, I'm working with a routing switching scenario. So
Right.
everything is working fine into this topology. I have a
Right.
small routing and switching topology. This is
Mm-hmm.
switch.
Mm-hmm.
I have multiple computers,
Right.
multiple computers. So everything is working fine into this topology. Now, as an administrator, I want to deploy a firewall here.
Okay.
Now I want to add a deploy because I want to filter my packet.
Right.
So before deploy your firewall device, you can see you have a LAN name, right? This is your subnet.
Correct.
This is your WAN site subnet.
Right.
Okay. So now, in case if I'm trying to deploy my firewall device here
Mm-hmm.
as a L3, as a
Okay.
L3 firewall device,
Right.
into this existing scenario, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to deploy my firewall device as a L3 firewall device, so this firewall is L3. It means
Right.
these interface. It means what? It means these interfaces. These interfaces
True.
are acting as a layer 3 interface.
Right.
So each interfaces are participating in different subnet.
Correct.
So in my existing scenario, I need to change my IP address scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Now my single subnet is divided into two different subnets, right?
True. True.
That is the issue. Okay, in case if you want to deploy, so yes, you can change your IP address scheme, you can deploy, you can configure, you can use, no problem, no problem. But in case if you don't want to change your IP address scheme in your existing scenario, okay?
Okay.
If you don't want
So
to
just
change,
one question. In this
Mhm.
scenario, why we have to change IP address? Because
because
if
it's
it's
this
L3,
because it's a L3 firewall device, Kasha.
right.
If you
Right.
are trying to deploy because I need to deploy my firewall device inline mode, right? Because this is a cable.
Correct.
This is a cable. So I'm trying to deploy in inline mode, and this device is acting as a L3 device. So yes, you need to configure IP address here because it's L3 interface.
Correct. Correct.
This interface is L3. So
True.
what you can do, you need to change your IP address scheme. Your single existing subnet is divided now into different subnets.
Right.
You have to change complete IP address scheme in your network. It's not a
Like
big, it's not
which?
a, it's not a
Ah,
problem.
okay.
It's not a
Okay.
problem if you want, for example, if you want to deploy as a L3. You can change. This will take time, but you can change, and you can
Right.
deploy and you can use, right?
So,
But
so one question here,
Mhm.
if it is L3 firewall, so as I understand, we can directly do routing here. So I don't know why we have to change.
See, I don't want to remove this route. I told you I'm trying
Okay.
to deploy my firewall device
Mm-hmm.
into my existing scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
everything is
Okay.
working fine.
Got it.
Firewall I'm
Got it.
using
Got
only
it.
for firewall features.
Okay. Got it. Got it. With router in place.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so now what we have, see. Okay, so now if you don't want to change, for example, if you don't want to change your IP address scheme in your existing scenario and
Mm-hmm.
you want to deploy a firewall device, so yes, you can deploy your firewall device as a L2 firewall, as a
Mm-hmm.
L2.
Okay.
This device is acting as a layer 2 firewall device, layer 2
Mm-hmm.
firewall device. So these interfaces are acting as a layer 2 interface. No
Okay.
need to configure IP address. But yes, this interface is a part of LAN, so you can say LAN.
Mm-hmm.
This interface is called WAN, for example.
Right.
So now you have a single subnet. Clear my point?
Right. Correct.
So the point is where we can deploy our firewall, our layer 2 firewall. So in your existing scenario, in your live network, if you want to deploy a firewall device and you don't want to change your IP address scheme, try to deploy your firewall device as a layer 2, as a
Okay.
transparent firewall. You
Okay.
know,
Got it.
but we
Got
have
it.
some, but we have limitation now. This firewall device we cannot connect. Now we have limitation. Now this device
Mm-hmm.
we cannot connect with internet, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
With internet because there is a limitation. We cannot configure
Correct.
routing, NAT,
Correct.
VPN. No.
Correct.
I hope Kashi it's clear the scenario.
Just one question, like
Mhm.
when it is in transparent mode, what about the how it will know like source IP, destination
I
IP,
will tell
and
you we have a topic,
oh,
Kashif.
okay, got it.
Right now for your question, I'm telling you the basic idea.
Mm-hmm.
We have a proper topic to discuss.
Okay, got it.
What is layer 2 firewall device? How to work, how to configure interfaces, okay, how traffic is traveling through the transparent firewall box. We'll discuss, no
Mm-hmm.
problem.
Okay, great.
Okay, the next option, we can go with the see. So these three options are related with the transparent firewall.
Okay.
We can discuss basic initialization. It means how to work with layer 2 firewall, how to configure access policies on layer 2 firewall device, and we have a ether type ACL concept.
Mm-hmm.
Remember always ether type ACL you can only configure when your device is in a transparent mode.
Okay,
So what is ether type ACL? Why we are using? We'll discuss.
sure.
So these are the topics. These topics are related with transparent firewall.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Ashif, clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Next topic. Next topic we can focus on redundancy. So here we can discuss two type of redundancy matter. It's called a redundant interface concept and
Mm-hmm.
port channel. Remember this port channel? It's an ether channel.
Mm-hmm. Right.
If you remember Ccnp, so it's an ether channel concept. Port
Okay.
channel you can
Okay.
say or ether channel. So
Right.
how to work with any redundant interface, how to configure on Cisco ASA, and how
Mm-hmm.
to configure port channel option, we can discuss in
Okay.
interface level redundancy concept.
Okay.
After that, you can go on to the virtual firewall system. What is virtual firewall? We can divide our single firewall device into multiple virtual firewall.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
For example, this is a firewall device, and this firewall device is connected with a switch. We
Mm-hmm.
have multiple departments in LAN side, for example.
Right.
Uh, Multiple departments is called marketing department,
Mm-hmm.
sales department, HR department, HR department. Now, marketing, sales, and HR. So in case if I want to configure separate type of NAT policy, routing configuration, VPN configuration for each department, or you can say for marketing and for sales, I want dedicated L3 firewall device, and for HR department, I want layer 2 firewall. Kashif.
Right.
Into this scenario, into this small topology, I need to
Okay.
purchase 3 separate boxes.
True.
Okay, so but if I'm going with the 3 separate boxes, then the cost is very high.
That's correct.
What we can do, we can purchase a single big box, and with the help of license, you can divide your single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall device. Multiple
Okay.
virtual firewall device. See what you can do. You can divide your single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall. Now we have
Right.
firewall 1, firewall 2, firewall 3. So, and these interfaces are called resources. I will tell you in detail. Okay, right now I'm
Sure.
telling you the
Sure.
basic idea. Kashif.
Sure.
It's a basic concept.
Yeah.
So now marketing traffic is traveling via marketing firewall box. Sales traffic is traveling via sales. HR traffic is traveling via. So now we have 3 independent units. Firewall
Okay.
box 1 don't know anything about firewall 2 and firewall 3.
Right.
Yeah. So
Clear.
this concept is called in Cisco ASA. This concept is called security context.
Okay.
So we can create multiple context here.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into the 14.8, this is called VDOM concept.
Okay.
If you go into the PALO ALTO, this is called virtual system.
Okay.
So we can divide our single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall boxes.
Right.
Okay, so next concept is called failover. It's important failover concept. It's a common topic. In Cisco, you can say failover. In Palo Alto, you can say high availability. In Fortinet, you can say high availability.
Okay.
In Checkpoint, you can say clustering method. So
Right.
what is failover concept? For example, I have a small scenario, firewall box, a small scenario with firewall device, LAN and WAN connectivity. Everything is working fine into this topology. We have an IP address onto this fast Ethernet 0/0, fast Ethernet 0/1, for example, 192.168.10.1, 10.1.23. So now we have a proper IP address configuration onto this firewall device, routing configuration, VPN, NAT, everything is working fine.
Right.
Traffic is traveling through this firewall device.
Right.
But into this topology, we have a single firewall box.
Correct.
We have a single device. In case if this box goes down, then we lost connectivity. Your LAN user, they cannot go onto the internet side. They cannot access internet services.
Right.
So that's why what we can do, because there is no any backup. So what we can do, we can go with the failover concept. We can add one more firewall device into topology. Now I need to change my topology now, because now I'm using my second firewall box. This is your switch 2, this is your switch 1, WAN connectivity. So now this is your topology. So second firewall box I'm using for failover. In failover, we have 2 concepts. We can discuss active standby and active.
Okay.
What is active standby? In active standby, one firewall box is acting as an active device, and second firewall box is acting as a passive, or you can say standby box.
Right.
Second firewall box is acting as a backup or standby. Okay, we have a failover link in between firewall box 1 and firewall box 2. This is called FN, failover link. What is failover link? Why we are creating? Okay, how to configure? We'll discuss in detail.
Sure.
But let's discuss right now the concept, basic concept.
Sure.
So one device is acting as an active and second device is acting as a passive in active standby scenario. All the traffic is traveling via active device because this device is active and this device is called what? Forwarded firewall.
Okay.
So traffic is traveling via firewall box 1. In case if this box goes down, then your standby device will become active now,
Okay.
will become active now automatically, and now your traffic is traveling via your firewall box 2.
Okay. And this is like bumperless, like with there will be no drop of ping or something,
I will
or
tell you
some drop
about
will
the
happen.
time interval, everything. Okay, when
Right.
your firewall device will act as active. What is the time difference? I will tell you.
Okay.
Hello interval and this.
But in general, like it's some drop happens or it's like
Yes, a
bumperless.
little drop, little drop.
Little drop. Okay.
I can show you with practical. Okay,
Okay. Sure.
I can
Sure.
show you with practical. Okay, we can generate our traffic here and we can power off one device. Then we can see little.
Okay. Great. Great.
But the point is what in active passive you can only utilize one firewall device.
Correct.
Only one firewall device, and second firewall device is acting as a stand. But in case if you want to use all the firewall box into your failover concept, for example, I want to utilize both the firewall device. So yes, I can go with active.
Okay.
So in active you can utilize both the firewall box. It means some traffic you can send via firewall box 1, other traffic you can send via firewall box 2. So what we can do, we can go with the active standby, we can go with the active. Only this topic will take minimum 4 to 5 hours.
Right.
Only this active. Now we can discuss deep packet inspection. See, Cisco ASA is not a next generation firewall. Okay, remember always.
Okay.
It's a second generation firewall.
Okay.
So whenever you want to learn firewall technology, always start with Cisco ASA.
Okay.
Because this will give you the basic idea.
Got it.
Now, but in Cisco ASA, it support deep packet inspection. This is called MPF, Modular Policy Framework. So what is deep packet inspection? We can discuss the concept first. What is deep packet inspection in Cisco ASA? After that, we can go with the global policy. For deep packet inspection, we have a default global policy. Kashif.
Okay.
So what is the default global policy? Okay. And in case if I want to create or configure our custom policy for deep packet inspection, so yes, we have a concept. So first I will tell you the concept about what is deep packet inspection and what is default global policy for deep packet inspection in Cisco ASA. And in case if you want to create or configure your custom policy for deep packet inspection, we can. Yeah. Okay. See, now next topic we can focus on how to access your Cisco ASA with graphical page. See, most of the configuration we can configure with the graphical page. CLI option.
Okay.
But yes, I can tell you the both how to configure all the options with graphical. Because you can manage your Cisco ASA firewall with CLI and graphical.
Right.
So I can tell you the both how to work with CLI. This is our concept. But how to work with the graphical page? For example, in case if I want to configure failover with graphical page.
Right.
If I want to configure NAT with graphical page, how to configure? If I want to configure routing with graphical page, how to configure interface? So I will tell you all option. Okay. So we have a separate section how to access Cisco ASA firewall with graphical.
Right. So here we will be using Cisco ASDM software.
Yes, exactly. ASDM.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Now we can focus on VPN concept. VPN again is a common topic. First, I can tell you what is the VPN concept, virtual private network. What is the feature? After that, we can go on to the implementation. So we have two type of VPN: IPsec VPN and SSL VPN. SSL VPN concept. IPsec VPN we can use for site to site VPN connectivity. Site to site VPN. If we have multiple branch offices,
Okay.
if you want to connect multiple branch office over this public network in a secure manner, so you can go with the site to site. For site to site, we can always prefer IPsec. Okay, we have another kind of VPN is called remote access VPN.
Okay.
In remote access VPN, home user, or you can say remote user, can access company private resources. For example, here you have a home user. Okay, home user, or you can say remote user. Right. He has simple Wi-Fi modem at his home. Right. The Wi-Fi modem is connected, and now he's trying to access this outside user, this home user, this remote user. He's trying to access company private resources.
Correct.
For example, here we have web server or SMTP server or DNS server, FTP server. So this outside remote user is trying to access company private resources over this public network. So he need to establish a connection. Is called remote access VPN connection.
Right. This is the same like Cisco Connect, right?
Cisco AnyConnect is the example.
AnyConnect. Oh, okay.
Cisco AnyConnect is an example for remote access VPN implementation. Okay. So what you can do, you can establish a connection. Once this connection will establish this remote access VPN, then he is allowed to access company private resources. Okay. For remote access VPN implementation, you can go with the IPsec or you can go with the SSL VPN. Both options are available for remote access VPN. Now, our focus is on SSL VPN for remote access VPN implementation, and in SSL VPN, we can discuss two options. Client-less SSL VPN, and second is called what? Full client. This is called AnyConnect. Okay. Full client is called what? AnyConnect concept. Okay. Yeah. So this is the topic. So these are the topics which we can discuss in our complete training. I hope it's clear. Yeah. So let me share this video recording. Okay. Let's start our first topic from tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Kashif, this is just an introduction session today. Sure. And we can start our topic from tomorrow. Okay. So, and what about the lab setup? Like I will share. Okay. I will share. I will share on your mail ID. I will share a lab setup drive and slides, notes, and this recording notes. Okay, great. I will share in our no problem. Sure. And that email will have steps like how to like what will be there in that email? Sorry? Like what will be in that email? Like it will be the steps to set up the lab or what? Let me share today, okay? I will help you tomorrow. How to download, which file you have to download or you need to download. I will tell you. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, Kashif, let's start our topic from tomorrow. Okay, dear? Sure, no issues. Bye, Kashif. Take care, dear. Okay, thank you. Bye. On your side, it's a night, right? Yeah, on my side, it's a night. Yeah. Okay. But again, like it's bye. Good night. Bye. Bye. Okay, Kasif, let's start our topic now. Okay. Yes. So as per our discussion, we are going to start our first topic. You can say basic configuration, you can say, or initial configuration.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so what is a firewall? First, we can start discussion on Cisco ASA, but what is firewall? Firewall. What do you think about the firewall, Kashif? Anything?
Yeah, in general, like it denies anything by default until we allow anything explicitly.
It's deny anything by default, right?
Yeah.
But Kashif, it's depend upon vendor.
Okay.
Depend upon
Right.
vendor. Okay. So what is firewall exactly? Firewall is just like a router. Remember all this. It's just like a router. For
Okay.
example, you can configure routing on router, right? NAT on router, VPN on router. So
Right.
these features, these options you can configure on router, but same thing you can configure on firewall.
Right.
So firewall is just like a router, but we have some advanced feature, advanced feature option in firewall, which router cannot provide you.
Okay.
So firewall is a system, you can say, or group of system that manage access between network. What is between network? For example, in firewall, we can discuss this term is called inside network. Okay.
Okay.
Or you can say trusted network, inside network.
Okay.
Or you can say we have LAN zone and WAN zone and DMZ network. What is DMZ network? Any idea, Kashif?
Yeah, it's like a demilitarized zone. So it's a kind of like the zone between, for example, outside world and inside world. So anyone coming from outside has to come through DMZ before he enters into our internal network.
No, he is not allowed to access internet. Outside person is not allowed to access LAN. DMZ we are using, Kashif, DMZ we are using, for example, if we have web server, okay, or DNS server, or FTP server, or SMTP server.
Right.
So these servers I want to allow to my outside user,
Right.
Because see, if I'm trying to allow anyone from the outside to access my LAN,
right.
So the traffic is coming from untrusted network.
Right.
Traffic is coming from untrusted network, so it may be possible. This outside user, he can compromise my other devices in my LAN.
Right.
And in my LAN, I have some confidential server, my company confidential servers.
Right.
So that's why we can create a demilitarized zone. Here we can put our servers, and these servers I want to allow for my outside user.
Right.
So whenever they will hit, for example, if this outside user will hit onto this WAN interface. So as per my configuration on firewall, my firewall will redirect this traffic onto the DMZ side.
Right. Correct.
And see, we can do a lab because this is called destination net translation.
Right.
I can show you with practical how to redirect our traffic.
Right.
So we have LAN zone. It's called trusted network. WAN zone is called untrusted network, and we have DMZ, demilitarized. Clear now, Kashif?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, just to, I'm from industrial control system background, so generally, like it's bit different than IT.
Okay.
So when I was telling from outside to inside, because generally it's needed. So for example, like remote access, we have to allow. VPN. Yeah. And second example, like for patch management, especially, what happens like when it comes to industrial control system, we normally get qualified or tested security updates from the vendors. So what I mean by vendor, like there are big names, Honeywell, Emerson, ABB, Siemens. So just to give some idea, because there is some variation, like when it comes to industrial environments and IT environments. So again, the concept is same. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Okay, so now we can discuss firewall techniques. Okay, and these techniques are common, Kashif.
Okay.
For example, first technique is called packet filtering. Do you know about packet filtering? Packet filtering.
I have
ACL.
heard about it, but I don't remember,
Okay,
to be
no
very
problem.
honest.
See,
Yeah.
it's a ACL, access control list.
Okay.
In Cisco router, you can implement ACL, access control list.
Okay.
ACL is what? ACL is a packet filtering firewall. So with ACL, you can filter your packet based on source, destination, services, protocol. So it's a common topic. Packet filtering is a common topic for any firewall device.
Okay. So when we say packet, so what this like means in the background, because what happens, I normally forget this definition. I know the concept like which you are telling now, like source, destination, protocol, and port number. So that's called packet filtering, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And see, how to implement ACL, we can discuss in our Cisco ACL firewall training. No problem.
Sure, sure.
And if you want to revise your Ccnp ACL, so I can revise.
No issues, no issues.
So now, what we have, it's a common topic. Packet filtering is a common topic for any firewall device. Like, in Cisco, you can say ACL. In Palo Alto, you can say security policy. In Fortinet, you can say firewall policy. In Cisco Firepower Threat Defense, you can say access policy. So they all are the same, but in every vendor we have some different features, different options. But concept is same. We can filter our traffic based on source, destination, service, and protocol. Clear?
Right.
Second technique or second feature, you can say it's called stateful firewall feature, or you can say stateful inspection. So every firewall is using stateful firewall technique. What is stateful firewall technique? Let's start our discussion. It's a topology. So we have a Cisco ASA firewall, for example. Okay, this is what Cisco ASA. Remember, always Cisco ASA firewall always work with a concept is called security level. Its work with a concept is called security level. If you talk about Cisco FTD, Cisco Firepower Threat Defense, or Checkpoint Firewall Box, or Palo Alto Firewall Box, so they are working with a technique is called JBF, Zone Based Firewall. But Cisco ASA works with a concept is called security level. So what is security level? Wait. So this firewall device is connected with your LAN network, your trusted LAN network. A switch, and we have a LAN PC, and we have a WAN connectivity. So, for example, this interface is fast Ethernet 0/0. This interface is fast Ethernet 0/1. So in Cisco ASA, if you go onto this interface and if you type this predefined keyword, predefined keyword. Predefined keyword is what? INSIDE. It's called inside. Kashif, it's a predefined keyword in Cisco AS. If you type this keyword, so automatically this interface will get a security level 100. So security level range in between 0 to 100. Minimum is 0 and maximum is 100. So when you type this predefined keyword INSIDE onto this interface, so this interface will get the security level 0. And this interface is an outside interface or public facing interface. So here I'm using anything, your name, my name, anything. For example, I'm using outside. So automatically this interface will get a security level 0.
It's like fixed name.
It's a default. It's a default. I can show you. On firewall, I can show you. Okay.
Yeah.
Right now I'm telling you the concept, but it's a default.
So
inside is a predefined keyword. If you type this keyword, so automatically this interface will get security level 100. Here we are using not inside. You can use any keyword, like for example, outside or WAN or untrusted network. So automatically this interface will get a security level 0. Clear?
So what this means, any keyword? So on the
it's
on
a
the
word,
out,
it's a name, only name. You can say name.
but the inside is fixed, like
inside is fixed. Inside name is fixed.
Oh, okay, got it.
Now, by default, traffic is allowed. By default, traffic is allowed from higher security level to lower security level. No need to configure any policy. On Cisco ASA,
Okay,
by default, traffic is allowed from higher security level to lower
lower.
security level. And remember
Okay.
always, only TCP and UDP traffic.
Okay.
Only TCP and UDP traffic.
Okay.
So traffic is by default allowed from higher security level to lower security level. So
Okay.
for example, this inside machine IP address is 192.168.10.1. This inside machine is trying to access outside this server that is called 8.8.8.8, for example. So this traffic is going to hit onto the firewall box, right? Onto the firewall box. Now, whenever firewall will receive any traffic, it will verify that, okay, traffic is coming from higher security level, right?
Okay.
It can verify, firewall can verify, okay, traffic is coming from higher security level and trying to go to the lower security level. And by default, traffic is allowed from higher to lower. No need to configure any policy. So traffic is traveling. Clear my point? Traffic is traveling. No need to create any rule. By default,
Okay.
you can purchase a box, you can add, you can define your interfaces. Done.
It will work. Okay.
Yes. But you know, when traffic is traveling through the firewall box, then firewall will maintain the state of connection in a table.
Okay.
State of this connection in a table is called state table, or you can say connection table.
Okay.
In state table, it maintains source IP, source port number, destination IP, and destination port number.
Okay.
So what is source IP address as per this scenario? 192.168.10. What is source port number? So let's take a random port number 52,000.
Correct.
Destination IP is 8.8.8.8. And destination port number, for example, 23.
Right.
So this is the traffic. This traffic is traveling to outside.
Okay.
No problem. And then now when the traffic is traveling through the firewall box, then firewall will maintain the state of connection in connection table, you can see, or in state table.
Okay. So that means this is the live table, right?
Exactly. Like, yes.
Okay.
And I can show you on Cisco ASA firewall, I can show you this state table.
Right.
We have a command show connection. I can show you. Now, what about return traffic? Because 8.8.8 will give the reply, right?
Correct.
What about return traffic? Traffic is going to hit onto this interface.
Right.
So now you can see this interface has a security level 0. So onto this interface, we have a security level 0, and now traffic is trying to travel from lower to higher.
Right.
So by default, traffic is allowed from higher to lower.
Correct.
But lower to higher, if you go with the lower to higher, everything is denied.
Rejected.
Everything is denied.
Right.
So now when this traffic is going to hit onto this firewall box, then firewall, I told you, whenever firewall will receive any traffic, it will verify is this traffic is a part of any existing connection, because I have some information in my state table. Okay. I have some connection table in my state table. So now, is this traffic is a part of any existing connection? So firewall will verify, okay, this packet is coming from 8.8.8, okay, and this replies for 192.168.10.1. Okay, this is a reply packet. Okay, this is a reply packet. The traffic was initiated from inside. Okay, and this is just a reply packet. It's not initiated from the outside. Okay, just a reply packet. So firewall will verify, okay, I have a connection information about this traffic. Yes, I want to allow. Okay. So the point is what? Whenever traffic is traveling through the Cisco ASA firewall device, through the appliance, then firewall will maintain the state of connection in connection table and then forward the traffic to the outside. When the reply packet will come, the firewall will verify this packet information in the connection table. If it is available, then allow, otherwise drop.
Okay. So one question here, what if the port is different? Like for example, when the request went from inside to outside, the port number was 52000.
Yes.
But when the reply was
the reply is from what? Port number 23. Because your request is what? You are requesting for port number 20. Destination port number is what? 23.
Okay.
So it will verify, okay, source IP, destination IP, and what? Port number. As per this information, it can verify, okay, this is a part of my existing connection. How it can verify? It's a part of my existing connection. If traffic is coming from different port number, how it can verify? Maybe this packet is for this inside machine. We have multiple computers. Then how firewall will verify?
Yeah.
This return traffic is for this inside machine. How? Because of source IP, destination IP, and port number.
Yeah.
Because this inside machine, he initiate the traffic for port number 23.
Yeah. Just on this table, because what is happening, source IP is 192, source port is 5000, right? So when I'm looking at source port number 52000, what I'm assuming that 8.8.8 has to respond back to source IP on port 52000.
Exactly. Yes.
So what my question was here, now there is a different port number is there. Like when inside, when LAN was going to outside world, it was using port 23. But when 8.8.8. was replying back to 192.168, it was using port 52000. So what my question was,
then firewall will not allow. Then firewall will not allow. Firewall will not allow. See,
firewall will not allow. Okay. Yes, exactly. The port should also be same, right?
Yes.
Okay, exactly. Got it. Now it's clear. It cannot change.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Because behalf of connection table, firewall can verify this traffic was initiated from inside network, and this is just a reply back.
Okay. And reply back, if it is on the same port, then it will allow. If the reply back is using different port, it will not allow.
It will not allow. Yes.
Okay.
Because it's check the information in connection table.
Okay.
So this technique is called stateful firewall technique. Every vendor is using. Every vendor.
Okay.
Now let's talk about Cisco ASA. Wait.
So these slides, I could not receive on email. So
I will send you.
Just got the record.
I will send. I will send it after the session. I will send. Okay. All the. I think I shared with you, Kashif. You can check your mail ID.
No, I checked. I just got the video link, but not this material.
Let me check. Wait.
Yeah.
Let's continue our topic, Kashif. So what is Cisco ASA? Cisco ASA is called Adaptive Security Appliance. Okay, Cisco ASA firewall device is called Adaptive Security Appliance. It is in a combination of stateful firewall and VPN concentrator.
Right.
If you talk
the
about
slides have been shared, because
yes,
I'm just
shared.
checking my inbox.
Yes, it's available in your drive.
Okay, because
you can check now.
Yeah.
After session, you can check, Kashi. Okay.
Okay.
So now let's talk about ASA features, because every vendor has its own feature, like Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, or Cisco FTP. Right now we are talking about Cisco ASA. Let's talk about some features. So these are the features. These are the features available in Cisco ASA Firewall. So first is called operating system. Let's talk about each feature option. So what is operating system? So in Cisco ASA, the software and hardware both belong to Cisco.
Okay.
If you talk about Checkpoint, Kashif, Checkpoint Firewall box. So Checkpoint is a software-based firewall. Software-based firewall. What you can do, you can go onto the Checkpoint website and you can download Gaia operating system.
Okay.
And this operating system you can install on your laptop, on your desktop machine. Okay. And you can use your laptop as a complete firewall.
Oh, okay, got it.
So every vendor had its own option. So but Cisco is what? We have software and hardware, both belong to Cisco. It's not just like another vendor, they use another company operating system, other company hardware. So
okay,
if you face any problem in software related, so you can talk to Cisco. If you face any problem in hardware, you can talk to Cisco.
Right.
This is the first feature. Software and hardware both belong to Cisco vendors. Now, what is stateful firewall? I told you what is stateful. It's a common topic. So it maintains the state of connection when the packet is traveling for the appliance. It maintains the state of connection in the state table, you can say, or connection table. After adding information in the state table, it forwards the packet to the destination. And when it receives the reply packet, it matches the packet information to the state table. If it is matched, then packet is accepted. Otherwise, now let's talk about next feature. Wait, user-based authentication. So we can implement on Cisco ASA firewall. We can implement AAA. AAA is what? Authentication, authorization, and accounting. So this AAA feature we can implement on Cisco ASA firewall. So using this feature, we can authenticate our inbound or outbound request for Telnet, for HTTP, for HTTPS, for FTP using AAA server. So like, see, AAA we can configure on Cisco router. Okay. See, we can implement on Cisco ASA firewall.
So that Cisco firewall will act as a AAA server?
Yes. No, it's not act as a AAA server. See, AAA configuration you can do. See, here we have a firewall device. Okay.
Right.
For example, Cisco ASA. In case in your organization, see, there is a two option, Kashif.
Right.
Either you can use local AAA server, your Cisco ASA firewall as a local AAA server. You can create a user account in local database. Okay. And you can use it for Telnet service, for HTTP, for HTTPS, no problem. But most of the organization they are using remote authentication server. Okay. Okay. Maybe they have a Radius server, or TechX server, or LDAP server. So what you can do, you can integrate your firewall with these remote authentication servers. Clear my point? Okay. And these are what? These are you can say Radius. These are remote authentication server, or you can say AAA servers.
Right. Right. So one question here, how generally what we follow, like for example, I have ASA firewall and I have my domain controller, for example.
Yeah, okay.
Now, how can I add this ASA firewall as part of domain controller authentications? So what I mean by that, for example, if you are coming to my organization as a new user, what I will do, I will just create your account on the domain controller.
On domain controller, on Active Directory domain controller.
Yeah, and then you will get automatic same access levels on the ASA. So,
yes.
So how that part is done?
You can do this. What you can do, you can integrate your firewall with Active Directory server. Okay. I can tell you how to integrate our Cisco ASA firewall. It's a very simple task. It's not big. It's not a big thing. Okay. It's require few steps, and you can integrate with graphical option. I can show you.
Sure. Maybe we
Graphical
will
option
do
I can
in
show
the
you how
lab.
to. It's not only related with Cisco SA, Kashif. If you go into the
Right.
Palo Alto or Fortinet or Checkpoint,
Mm-hmm.
you need to integrate your firewall device with domain control or with
Right.
your
Right.
remote authentication system.
Right.
Yeah. But my point is right now, you can use your Cisco ASA firewall as a AAA. So you can implement your AAA
Okay. Got it.
authentication, authorization, and accounting.
Okay.
Now we can focus on protocol and application inspection. Cisco ASA firewall is not a next generation firewall, but yes,
Okay.
it can inspect the protocol and application, but not on deeper. Okay, but yes, in Cisco ASA we can discuss a concept is called modular policy framework. This is called deep packet inspection.
Mm-hmm.
With MPF, using MPF, you can inspect protocol application like FTP, SMTP, DNS, FTP, HTTP, NetBIOS. So these applications you can inspect, your firewall can inspect.
Right. So one question here, like to me, I call them as a protocol, not application.
No, these are the protocols. Yes, these are protocols.
Yes.
But to access FTP service, most of the time we are saying what? FTP application. Open your FTP application and access. It means what? FTP is also application, right?
Right.
FTP word we are using for application. For example, outside user is trying to access. Sorry, here's a file. Outside user is trying to access FTP server, for example. So what he can do? He can open his FTP application, right? So FTP is an application and FTP is a protocol. Yeah, this FTP service is running onto the server. So this is called what? This is FTP protocol. FTP services.
Right.
So don't confuse. Okay, these you can say protocols, or you can say service. For example, SMTP is what? It's also a service. It's called service, SMTP service, right? So both are both are the same application. Right now, you can say application or you can say protocols. No problem.
Okay, so it's not application. Do not mean like
it's a pure application, like Facebook or like Facebook or LinkedIn.
It's not like that.
No.
Okay. Now it's clear.
Okay, now wait. Now you can implement VPN concept on Cisco ASA like other vendor. You can go with the site-to-site VPN implementation, or you can say you can implement IPsec or SSL. L2TP is not your topic, so you can implement your IPsec and SSL. In IPsec, we can focus on site-to-site VPN implementation or remote access VPN. SSL, I told you, in SSL we have two practical: client-less SSL VPN and full client. So like other vendors, Cisco ASA Firewall is giving you the feature, giving you the option to configure to implement VPN, IPsec, and SSL. Now we can go with the virtual firewall technique. You can divide your single Cisco ASA firewall device into multiple appliance, into multiple firewall device, and this concept is called security context. So you can create multiple security contexts. For example, for marketing, we have a marketing context. For sales department, sales context. For HR department, HR context. So context is called what? It's called firewall.
Right.
Okay. Now, the next feature.
So can I say that they are different VLANs kind of thing, like
different? Yes. See, in LAN side, yes, we have a different VLAN, and in every VLAN we have a different subnet. You can say different department. Right. You can say, see, for example, let me show you. For example, here we have a Cisco ASA firewall, and this firewall is connected with a switch. And in my LAN side, we have multiple VLANs, you can say multiple departments. For example, this is your marketing department. Maybe you can say VLAN 10.
Right.
VLAN 10. And what you have a sales department. It's called VLAN 20. HR department, VLAN 30.
Right.
And now what we can do for each department, I can divide my single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box. It's called firewall box 1, firewall box 2, firewall box 3.
Right.
So, and these are the interfaces. These are the resources. These interfaces are what? Resources.
Right, right.
So what you can do now, you can send your marketing traffic to marketing firewall box. How you can send? As per routing switching, you need to put these interfaces, these three interfaces, and this one also need to VLAN 10.
Okay,
right?
got it.
Because same VLAN members can communicate with each other.
Right.
So you can put these three interfaces and this one also in VLAN 10.
Right.
You know,
right.
Kashif?
Yeah.
Okay. The next feature is what? Like other vendor, you can also manage your Cisco ASA firewall with graphical page. With graphical page. So for graphical page, we can use an application is called ASDM.
Right.
ASDM. See, to manage Cisco ASA firewall device, we have ASDM application. And if you want to manage your Cisco next generation firewall, is called Cisco FTD. So we have FMC, Firepower Management Center.
Okay. So just one question. What's the difference between next generation firewall and this normal firewall?
Okay, no problem. I can tell you. See, your Cisco ASA firewall, cannot detect any malicious URL.
Okay.
Cannot detect any malicious URL. For example, Kashif, I want to block. I want to block this specific URL. Okay. I don't know anything. About this URL, but I want to block it. I cannot block this Cisco ASA.
Oh, okay.
In case, if I want to block all political organizations website, I want to block all news category website. I cannot block this Cisco ASA. Okay. But I can block with any next generation file, like Cisco FTD or PALO ALTO or Checkpoint or FortiGate. Okay.
Got it.
Another example. Your Cisco ASA firewall cannot detect any application. For example, in my organization, I want to block Facebook, YouTube, and Google application. Okay. In Google, I want to allow Google, but I want to block Gmail application and Google Drive, for example. Okay, Google Drive. So these are the micro applications you can block with any next generation firewall, but you can't with Cisco ASA.
Got it. And one more point, like what about this IPS and IDS functionality? Because I heard
IPS is related with the next generation firewall.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
IPS is a signature based device.
Okay, so any example?
For example, your Cisco FTD is what? It's a combination of Cisco ASA plus Cisco Firepower. What is Cisco Firepower? It's a NG-IPS, next generation intrusion prevention system.
Okay.
So it's an IPS device. So FTD is what? It's a combination of Cisco ASA and Cisco Firepower.
Right.
Cisco combine these two engine and create a single box. It's called FTD.
Right. So one question, like we normally use Cisco Firepower. So what's the difference between ASA and Cisco Firepower? Like,
see,
they are same only.
No. Cisco ASA it's a firewall device.
Right.
But Firepower is a different. It's an IPS engine. It's an IPS device. Here in this box, we have multiple signatures. Okay, behalf of signatures, your device can detect multiple attacks.
Right. Because why I'm telling, like, we are using some firewalls. They are Cisco Firepower series.
Yes. See, Cisco provide you. See, either you can go with the dedicated appliance, or you can go with the Cisco with Firepower service. Okay. Firepower.
Okay.
It means it's a Cisco ASA firewall device with Firepower feature, but it's not a dedicated FTD.
Okay, so like the Cisco Firepower series, technically they are Cisco ASA firewall with firepower capability.
No. Cisco Firepower is a different device. Okay, it's a separate device. And Cisco ASA is separate device. But you know, in Cisco, they provide you box. Wait. They provide you Cisco AS. Let me show you an example.
Right.
For example, you don't want to purchase FTD because the cost is very high, but you want to utilize Cisco Firepower feature. Right. So you can go with the Cisco ASA with Firepower. For example, Cisco ASA 550X. If you have any ASA firewall with X option, it means it's a complete ASA device, okay, with firepower feature. See? So you can use firepower services with your Cisco ASA, but it's not a dedicated FTD. Clear?
Right.
It's not a dedicated FTD. In dedicated FTD, you will get a different, more functionality you can see.
Right.
But this is a device. It's Cisco ASA firewall. We have a small feature. We can add firepower feature with our Cisco ASA.
Right. So can you just open the link just for just to clear my confusion?
Yes.
So it's in the chat. So
this is a firepower. It's not a Cisco ASA.
This is what type? Like
it's only firepower device.
Oh, it's a firepower. Okay,
yes.
Device. Okay.
It's a firepower device.
So like technically any differences there between Cisco ASA and this?
ASA can filter the traffic only based on L3 and L4 packet, IP and services protocol. Here in Firepower we have signatures. Okay, we have signature database, attack database.
Okay.
So this device can detect and can take action.
Okay.
And Firepower, before Firepower, this is called source fire. Before Firepower, it's called source fire. Do you know about this source fire?
No.
Before source fire, it's called snot. So Cisco, there was a person is called Martin, okay, who developed this snot device. And this snot device you can use as a firewall also, no problem. The source fire you can use as a firewall also, no problem. Firewall features. But this device is dedicated for only source fire, firepower, IPS feature you can see.
Okay.
IPS feature. So I'm not Yes.
Yeah, this part is clear. I just want to know like the link which I shared, what type it is. It is next generation firewall or no?
Yes, it's not a next generation firewall.
Okay.
It's a NG IPS.
Okay.
It's a NG IPS, next generation intrusion prevention system.
Okay, so I cannot block websites using this firewall, right?
See, you can block. Right. But see, I told you, here we have this device is acting as a NG IPS because in IPS we have signature database.
Right.
We have a signature database, you can block, no problem. But now here we have a limited signatures. Limited signatures. But now Cisco add this Cisco Firepower plus ASA feature. And they combined this device is called FTD. Otherwise, what? For firewall feature, you have to deploy Cisco ASA. And for NGIPS feature, you have to deploy your Cisco firewall. So no need to deploy 2 devices.
Right.
Just purchase just go with a single box. The single box can provide you both features. ASA, firewall features, all the firewall features, and what? Firepower feature.
Right, right.
This is not a next generation firewall, you can say. No.
Right, right.
Clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go on to the slide. Wait. Okay, let me show you. So this is the example. Okay, clear? This is what Cisco ASA firewall with firepower service.
Right.
So with any firewall device, if you got X option, it means it's a firewall with firepower service.
Okay.
Now, okay, so web-based management, it's clear. I think we can manage our Cisco ASA firewall with graphical page. Is it clear now?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, this is clear. ASDM and CLI. Yeah.
Okay, now stateful failover. Let's talk about stateful failover. What is stateful failover? It's called high availability. In Cisco ASA, you can say high. In Cisco ASA failover concept. In Fortinet, you can say high availability. In PALO ALTO, you can say high availability. In Checkpoint, you can say clustering. So we can discuss active standby and remember our previous discussion.
Yeah.
So yes, for failover we can focus on active standby and active.
Yeah, this is clear.
This lab is called active with multi context.
Right.
Okay? With multi context. What is multi context? So we can discuss in our lab. But context is what? Context is related with this virtual.
Okay, got it.
Okay, now we can also use next generation firewall feature like IPv6. Not feature, you can say it's a next generation IP you can configure on your Cisco ASA firewall. Okay, and what is called next generation firewall? Next generation firewall also support this IPv6.
Right.
So IPv6 is a next generation IP. And you can configure this IPv6 on your Cisco ASA firewall. Like, and we can discuss how to configure IP address on interface, how to configure routing static or default. No problem. Now, clustering is what you can combine multiple. You can combine multiple Cisco ASA device to act as a single device. This is called clustering. A feature introduced in OS 9.0, it enables us to group multiple appliances to act as a single appliance. This is called clustering. So these are the features. I hope it's clear.
Yeah, just 1 second. I don't know. I clicked something, so I'm just seeing my name. I don't know how to. I can see the slide, but as soon as I double click, I just see my name. So can you just reshare again your screen? Yes. Yeah, now it's okay.
So now we can start our basic configuration on Cisco ASA. Wait, let me start on Cisco ASA. Please 2 minutes.
Yeah. So one quick question, like, do you have courses for VAPT or no?
Sorry, for?
VAPT, vulnerability assessment and penetration testing.
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. It's practical, right?
Yes. If you want, so I can send the syllabus, no problem.
Yeah.
Sure. And if you want a demo, so I can arrange a demo session with trainer.
Okay. So, that is by someone else, not by you.
Yes.
Okay.
We have 7 trainers in this. Okay.
Right.
7 trainers. So I'm taking all the firewall batches.
Okay.
For routing switching, we have 2 other trainers for hacking, for ethical hacking and cybersecurity, and for CompTIA, for pen testing, a different trainer, and for software technology. So we have 7 trainers in this company.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a single Cisco ASA firewall box right now, okay, for basic configuration.
Okay.
So I have a Cisco ASA device. You can start. This is a console page.
Mm-hmm.
And we are working with 9.x operating system.
Right.
Please wait, this will take time.
Right.
Okay, Kashif, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So this is what the user EXC mode you can see. We are in
Okay.
Cisco ASA firewall device. Here you can type enable command. You press enter. It's asking for a password, but there is no any password. You can press enter.
Okay.
This is your privilege mode, you can say. And now I'm using a command. If you are familiar with the Cisco router, so show IP
Yeah.
interface, this
Yeah.
command
Yeah. Yeah.
for IP address information. If you press enter, we are facing problem.
Okay.
So here we can use show interface IP page. There's a little difference in command.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Show interface IP page. So you can press enter. You can see we have 4 interfaces right now.
Okay.
First command, you can go with this firewall box. It's called show firewall to verify your firewall mode.
Okay.
So the firewall mode right now is router. It means this device is acting as a layer 3 firewall. Layer 3.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you can verify some license information also onto this
Right.
device.
So one question here,
Yes,
like I
yes.
know about layer 2 and layer 3. What is layer 4?
No, this device, see, this device is a layer 2. It's a mode. See,
Right.
it's a mode. You can deploy your, see, there's two kind of device you can deploy in your network, right?
Right.
Either you can use your device as a L2
Correct.
or as a L3.
Correct.
L4 is not a device, it's a service.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
a
Got it.
service you can use on a device.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So L4 is a different thing, okay? L3
Okay.
and L4 is a device mode. L2 is
Okay.
what? Like a switch.
Yeah.
Is what?
L3
Like
has
a
like
router.
routing capability. Yeah.
Okay, so now you can type show version command to verify your license information. So, or you can say for some other information. So we are working Cisco ASC appliance. Software version is 9.1.
Okay.
And ASDM version we can use 7.3 here. We are using. And hardware is what? ASA 5520. So let me show you some hardware product series.
So this application, like you will be helping, right? How to set up
Yes,
this
yes.
Av application, yeah.
Yes.
Because I know it's like Cisco packet tracer, right? But it is like more graphical kind of thing.
I will tell you, no problem. Okay, so let's talk about some product family in Cisco ASA. Okay, so these are the Cisco ASA product family. Like series start with the 5500. So these series 5505, 060, 10, 12, 15. These series you can use for any small office or branch office. Okay.
Okay.
You can go if you want to go for the medium size of network. So you can go with a 5520. 5520, and if you verify here, we are working with 5520. 5520 series of the firewall box you can use for medium size network, medium size office, or internet is security appliance. If you get X option with any firewall device like Cisco ASA 5525X, it means we have a firewall device with firepower feature. Clear?
Okay.
Firepower feature. But it's not a full feature, okay? Because for full feature, we can go with the dedicated appliance. It's called Cisco FTD.
Right.
Now, okay, these are the medium size of the firewall device. Medium size of the firewall device. For large organization, you can go with the Cisco ASA 5550. And for data center, you can go with the 5585X. And if you have ASA with a small V, ASA firewall device with a small V. So it's a complete Cisco ASA firewall device. It's a complete ASA, but this ASA you can use in a virtualization scenario. Clear? You can use in a virtualization scenario. This
so
is a complete
what
like
we mean by
AWS,
virtual.
Azure, AWS, okay, VMware cloud deployment. You can use this ASA. It's not a physical device. It's not a physical box.
As a virtual appliance, you mean?
Yes, virtual.
Okay.
Like in case if you are working with AWS or Azure cloud scenario.
Yeah.
So for clouds, you require a virtual firewall. So you can purchase this Cisco ASA-V.
Oh, okay, got it. Others are physical.
These are the physical boxes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so now here you can wait. So you can verify your hardware model, RAM, CPU information, and here we can get some license information. For example, maximum VLAN 100 we can, and for failover we have a license for active. We can implement active passive and active.
Right.
For VPN, yes, triple dash and dash is available, so we can configure VPN option here. We have a license. Right. For virtual firewall, yes, we have a license onto the Cisco ASA box. Right. We can divide our single firewall box into 20 firewall. So we have 20 security context license. Clear my point? Okay, yeah. So you can get license information here. Now.
So one question, like yes. When we order this product, how the license part is ordered? Like
you can talk to your salesperson, okay? They can suggest you. For example, you don't want VPN implementation onto this device, so no need to purchase license.
Okay.
If you don't want to implement VPN, so no need to purchase. You can talk to salesperson. They can help you. They can tell you the requirement.
Yeah.
First your requirement.
Sometimes it's reverse. They ask, okay, what do you need? Tell me.
Yes.
Sales guys, they don't know technical things. They say, okay, this is complete list. Please tell me what you want. I will give you price.
Yes, sometimes yes.
So they generally push back things to us back again.
So that's why I'm telling you, as per your requirement, you can purchase. Okay. First, you can identify your requirement. For example, you want to divide your single firewall box into 10 firewall box, so you can purchase security context license. Or you want to implement a failover, so you can go with the active license.
Okay. And a license, what is license? It's a file or it's a serial number?
It's a key.
It's a key. Okay.
I will show you how to install license. No problem.
Yeah, because
Okay,
it's important.
See here we have a command. I can tell you. See, let's go into the configuration and activation. Say question mark. Activation key.
Okay.
I can tell you how to install any license. Okay. Kashif, let's continue our topic tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
10:30. So let's continue. I have another batch.
Sure.
We can continue from here.
Yes.
Bye, Kashif. Take care.
What about recording you will send?
I will share. See, I have another batch. Okay. I will be free at 12 p.m. So 12 p.m. So I will share in 2 hours.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Kashif. Take care. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.